Hi there, this is Belinda, your Maryland realtor, and I help people build generational wealth with real estate. So, today I am going to talk to you about your team when it comes to purchasing your home. Who is part of your team, and what are the functions, and what are the responsibilities? So, let's go. So, the first person is you. You are member of the team, and as a member of the team, you kind of get to hire at least a couple of people that you want to be on your team to purchase this home, because purchasing a home, it's no small feat. You have you, and the next person that will come in place would be your realtor. So you will find who your realtor is by going through it can be contacting friends, having some referrals. If you know that you have a friend who has a great realtor, you can contact them and you can interview them and find out if they will be a good fit to work with you. And that realtor in turn will put you in touch with some mortgage lenders, or home loan officers who, or mortgage broker, who will be able to help you walk you through the pre-approval and pre-qualification process. These people will be helping you, basically mapping, especially if you are not ready, but at least to assess, to get you to a point where you are ready to make a purchase for your home. So they will help when it comes to credit score, which I did a video. I have a video talking about that, the steps into how you need to prepare when you're buying for a home. So your mortgage lender or your loan officer, your mortgage broker, will be able to help you if you have some credit issues that needs to be sorted out, or if you do have some issues having to deal with money, so financing and things of that nature. They'll be able to help you. They'll be able to point you to different things that you need to do. And of course, your realtor would be kind of the liaison between you and also your lender. You can talk to your realtor, but however, because as realtor, as such as myself, we do have a fiduciary responsibility, which means that all your financial information cannot be divulged to any party. So we will talk with the lender, so the lender will be able to tell us. So will communicate with us and telling us, well, your client, he's been pre-approved for such amount, or your client will need to have X amount of money in order for him or her to be approved for X amount, or depending on the city that they're planning to live, or the county that they're planning to live, what this is the type of money that they need to come up with when it comes to down payment, and also when it comes to closing costs. So we'll communicate that. So that's the first step. But your mortgage broker or your mortgage lender will also be the person who will basically call for an appraisal, because he or she, the mortgage broker or lender, is representing the bank, and the bank will want to know if they're making a sound investment by basically giving you that loan and making sure that the house is priced appropriately. So they will be working with an appraisal who's also part of your team. So the appraiser will come, a licensed appraiser. So a licensed appraiser comes and then checks almost everything in the house, and make sure that the house is priced either appropriately or less than more than what the purchase price is. So that makes you walk in with equity. When the appraiser evaluates the home and look at the conditions, and sees that, well, you know what, this house is actually a little more has a little more value than what you are paying for. So that's a good thumbs up for the lender when they see that. And then the other person who will be part of your team will also be the inspector. And your inspector, so that's your real estate agent who will be able, unless you do have a preferred person, but your real estate agent would be basically that person who will scout for licensed inspectors who will come and evaluate your home. If you know me, if anything, I always advocate for inspection. Even for a brand new home, I always do recommend to have an inspection. And the reason being because you want to walk into the house knowing exactly what's wrong, and not walking blindly and then being in the home for, let's say, a month or a year, and then you start seeing things falling apart. Even if your the house that you're planning to purchase is as is. So I always recommend inspection just for information purposes. So at least you know that the roof needs to be changed in 3 years, or you need to know that the furnace needs to be changed, especially those big ticket items. It's very important to have an inspector. And also during the inspection walkthrough, you can be there. I highly advise that you be there. Speak with the inspector, see exactly what items that you need to watch out for, or if you can even pull out of the contract if the findings seems to be a little more exorbitant and the seller doesn't want to pay for those repairs. So that's the other person who is part of your team. And depending on the type of house that you're trying to purchase, and also on your financial situation, so you might have another person or other people in your team, so such as your family member who might be able to assist you with gifts. So when you go through with your lender through an application, your lender will ask you, so will you be receiving gifts? So I know that question might sound a little bit eerie. What type of gift? What are you talking about? So basically, it means that would you have not so much of a cosigner, but would you have your family help you in purchasing this home? So there are some family members who will want to basically help out their children, their sibling, their cousin, their niece, nephew, or whatever, grandchild in purchasing a home. So they may give you a $10,000. So you will also factor that into your application, that I am receiving a gift, so which means money, from my grandparent, from my parent, from my uncle, my cousin, my whatever it is, my family member who is giving me some money to purchase this home, so that they can factor that into your information, and that will actually give you a little more of a buying power. And then also, if you are planning to buy the home with having a co-signer, or if you are married, having your spouse on the purchase of the property, so that also will be part of your team. So you need to make sure that their credit score align with the guidelines of whatever program that you are trying to purchase. So I spoke last time about the type of loans that are offered, so you can check with them and make sure that what they're basically bringing value instead of bringing you down. Because if the credit score is actually lower than yours, so it will bring your credit score down, and then it will increase your interest rate, and then also sometimes may lower the amount that you can be pre-approved for. So the main key players in the purchase of your home are yourself, if you have a co-signer, or if you buying the house with your siblings, or what have you. So all these people involved, and then you have your realtor, you have your mortgage loan officer or mortgage broker, and then you have the inspector, you have the appraiser, and then also I am forgetting that you have your team in the title company. So basically what the title company does is they go so they have a team of people who basically go and do some research about the home that you are trying to purchase. They are trying to look for, especially if the house has a lien on it. Let's say that the seller has not paid the property taxes or whatever, that the state has a tax lien on it. So when you're purchasing that home, you will have to pay that money to the state. If they have, some type of mechanical lien, so which means that maybe somebody came and then fixed, I don't know, their toilet or the bathroom or their kitchen, and then never pay them, and then that person, that contractor, had a lien recorded into the county about that, so they will be able to have a right to basically the money. So they go through that, and then it goes a little more in depth into different things that they have to look for. Let's say the property line, and then they have to make sure that all the taxes, all the documents are free and clear. So when you have that, so that's another team, and also your realtor will be able to. I always, when I represent my clients, my buyers clients, I always have them. I always pick a title company that we work with, because then that represent our interests well. So you have these people: yourself, cosigner, what have you, your realtor, you have your mortgage broker, you have your inspector, you have your appraiser, and you have your title company. So these are the key players in the purchase of your home. So I hope this information has been helpful, and please like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll talk to you later. This is Belinda, and I help people build generational wealth with real estate.